Hi, it's Milo Melodies here in Gear for Music, Synth and Tech, and today, as you can see, I am in my element. I am surrounded by Rolands. Now, we've got two things here. We've got the new Roland Juno-X, and I've got my Roland Juno-60. And of course, the Juno-X is a modern Juno, and it does lots and lots of different things. We have a separate video going all about those things. If you'd like to watch that, we'll link below. But in this video, I want to directly try and compare the Juno-X's Juno-60 model to my Juno-60. And this is going to be non-scientific. It's going to be really hard for me to match the sounds. So I just want to put sufficient caveats in place, like this is not scientific. All Juno-60s are different. Mine is, I've been assured by people who are very knowledgeable, mine is a bit wonky. So this, should be taken with a pinch of salt. But it'll be interesting to play around with and just see how close we can get on the X to the 60. So at the moment, I've got a kind of basic sound, which is just a saw wave and open filters. It's interesting to state that I'm having to adjust the frequency positions of both Junos to get them so that they're a similar level of brightness. And of course, my hearing may not be perfect, so forgive me if it isn't perfect. But as I sort of squidged the filter, let me give you a sense of the sound of the Juno-60. And that's with like a sort of medium amount of resonance. And I want to first just highlight something very unique to like my Juno-60, which is it goes really weird at high resonance settings. There's instability that happens at high res, and I don't think that's typical of other Junos, and that doesn't make this a good representation of one necessarily. But there's a lovely kind of sing-songiness to explore. So let's do the same thing on the X. So you can see it is doing the kind of sing-songy thing. And then let's try it on this. I think we may need to adjust the amp a little bit. So this kind of, both of them have this kind of slight instability that happens. And I think it's maybe a bit more pronounced on my Juno-60, but I think it should be said that my Juno-60 is quite weird. I have that on assurance. And so let me get a kind of PWM sort of bass sound going on. And let's see if I can make the sound on the Juno-60, and then I'll see if I can recreate it on the X. So get down nice and low. Let's put on the square wave. Let's have the LFO doing some stuff. And then let's have a little bit of filter envelope. Just like a nice kind of thing. So let's then do the same thing on the X. So if I come over here, we'll go to square wave, sub, open up the filter a bit more. A bit like that. And then let's have a little bit of envelope. And so we do it on here. There's so many settings to get right, and it really does matter within like a couple of percent where each of the dials are, each of the faders is. Whoa. Excuse your ears, sorry. So there's a tiny bit of difference. We should never expect them to be exactly the same. And I make no apologies for that, because this isn't, the synths are not the same. I think that sounds pretty close, like, especially in a mix as well. And then when you do this and you start to A/B them, close your eyes, and after an amount of time, see if you can remember which one is supposed to be the original and which one isn't. You start, personally, I find there's a point where I start to forget which one's meant to be like the original synth. You know what I mean? There's differences, but one is not necessarily better than the other. So another sound that I would always like gravitate to is a kind of lovely soary pad. So let's just sort of get something. Maybe with a bit. So. With chorus, of course. That sort of thing. That's like just such a gorgeous thing that it does. So can I get a similar sort of thing? So let me see. Let me try. And then chorus 1. That phase I'm pulling is me going, these sound the same. These don't sound a bit the same. They sound the same. Pretty good. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty great. Maybe we could try something. I'll play like something a bit more harmonic-y, but I think that is pretty good. Maybe with just the saws. That yow sort of thing. It's so particular. I'm really fond of it, and it's. Let's see how close we can get. Yeah. Nice. So yeah, I hope that is useful. That's just a very, very quick little comparison. It's not definitive, it's not scientific, but hopefully it might put someone who's thinking about the X, who's maybe never had a chance to try a 60, it perhaps puts your mind slightly at ease, because there is some very smart stuff that's happened in the X, and I think it's very close, personally speaking, but it's up to you. Leave a comment. Obviously, let us know which one you think sounds more like a Juno 60, because my example of a Juno 60 is by far from being a perfect one, but it's very dear to me. I love this synth. So yeah, that's it. Leave a comment. Any questions, obviously, and if you're interested in the Juno-X, we'll put a link to prices and more information below. Subscribe for more videos. We did a big video on the Juno-X with Andy from Roland, so check that out if you want to learn more, and thanks very much for watching. See you next time.